Unlock the secrets of aging gracefully with Ranita Krishon and Maria Constantine as they redefine beauty from the inside out. Discover how confidence, cutting edge treatments, and holistic wellness can transform not just your skin, but your entire outlook on life. Let's get to it. Welcome to Glow Up and Get Real. I'm Amy Ingle, the Sweet Face Injector, business owner, and trainer. Every week, we're injecting the latest on med spa trends, client concerns, and the boldest new treatments out there. Want the latest in safety, advanced techniques, and business strategies? You're in the right place. So, let's glow up, get real, and level up your beauty game. Welcome to Glow Up and Get Real. I'm the Sweet Face Injector, and today we're joined by Ranita Krishon, the founder and clinical director of Aesthetique Med Spa in Naples, Florida, and Maria Constantine, entrepreneur and business coach for spas and wellness across the world. Hello, guys. How are you? How are you doing? Good. Thank you so much for being on. This is awesome.
Hi. Thank you for having us.
From Naples to Greece, this is amazing. Technology is awesome. Well, I'd like to get started today with Ranita. I have a couple of questions for you because I'm really curious about how you started your med spa in Naples, what kind of treatments you do. I know you have some signature treatments and things that are really special to your business model. So let's get started.
Absolutely.
Tell me about your med spa business and how it evolved.
Of course. So Aesthetique Med Spa, it began as a vision to reimagine how medical aesthetics could really feel like. Clinical, yes, but deeply personal at the same time, human aspect to it. I wanted to create a place where treatments feel intentional, and where science meets art and transformation just goes beyond the surface level. Over time, we actually evolved and we moved away from traditional skincare and we moved into cellular age management. And we integrated regenerative medicine, internal wellness, and education, which was key for clientele. Now, today, Aesthetique isn't just about treatments, it's about really teaching the body how to perform younger and helping people really understand their own biology.
Okay, great. Sounds really specific to kind of some of the things that are coming out into the community right now. We're talking a lot about regenerative medicine, and that's kind of the buzzword. So you're on top of it. I love it. I love it. So, what does it mean to understand age rather than fight it?
I love that question. So to understand age really just means to stop resisting your biology and to just start working with it. Age isn't an enemy. It's communication from your body, and every change in the texture that you feel, the tone that you see, and it's feedback. Your body's telling you exactly what you really need to work on when it comes to that. When you learn to interpret those signals that you're getting from your body, you can actually start guiding it back into a more youthful rhythm. At Aesthetique, that's our philosophy. We don't fight age, we just decode it. And once you understand what you're working with, it's much easier to get results.
I like that, decode it. I'll have to use that in my spa. That's genius. So how does the youth layer method reprogram the skin's biology? Now, this is something you came up with, right?
This is something I came up with.
The youth layer method. Tell us about that.
So the youth layer method is a special place that I have in my heart for it. It is a 3-layer cellular reprogramming system that I've created. It's a structured multi-layer system, and it targets youth from cell to surface. And what I mean by that, it's designed around biological communication. It teaches to perform how it used to perform. We combine modalities like jet plasma, biorepeal, cryofacials, exosome therapies. Jet plasma is great for cellular activation. Biorepeal is controlled renewal. Then we do things like cryo and exosome therapy to enhance repair. So they all hit different levels of the skin, which is how our skin ages. So I hit it just the same way from inside out.
All right. I like how you explain that because that's something that's hard to explain. I love how you phrase that.
Thank you. And, together they actually work very top. Like I'm talking about different treatments that we're doing, but a key factor to youth layer method is nutraceutical integration as well. It's inside to outside. So cell to surface is key when it comes to the youth layer method. It's not like just cosmetic layering, it's cellular re-education.
Okay. So what is skin intelligence then, and how does it shape the future of aesthetics?
Skin intelligence is honestly a concept that's been around for a while, and it's the key to the youth layer method. It's the understanding that the skin already knows how to heal. It knows what to do. It's a living, responsive organ with memory, a system of biological intelligence that just needs to be directed, not dominated. We have this approach to anti-aging, which I don't really care for that term, but aging management that really is like scorched earth and, getting rid of everything. And I don't believe in that because I feel like the future of aesthetics is moving away from aggressive correction and it's more toward guided regeneration. We respect the skin's programming when we can speak its language. You can talk to it through different modalities and it really working with it as instead of against it and forcing it somewhere it doesn't want to go gets you results faster that are in the long term, in the long run. That's what actually creates that longevity.
Okay. So where is age management heading then? And how's aesthetic leading the shift?
So I'd say age management is truly evolving from youth to optimizing performance. Instead of chasing this constant battle of, I want to be young and trying to find this fountain of youth that no one knows where it is, it's more about actually just understanding where your cells are at and making your body the function, not youth as a whole or a representation, more of how your cells can work at their optimized levels. We're entering this new era, like you mentioned earlier, of regenerative medicine, longevity science, and aesthetics, they merge essentially into that. And at Aesthetique, we're leading that shift a little bit by approaching beauty as biology. It's measuring real cellular activation like repair speeds and barrier strength, collagen density, things that can actually guide us to understanding where our results are heading. We're not just restoring appearances, we're actually restoring function.
Okay. All right. And then, so why is treating our internal body just as important as treating our skin surface?
I'm sorry.
Want to take a drink? That's fine. And this is kind of where Maria is going to come in and
Awesome.
help me understand how she works with you.
Would you mind just rephrasing that question?
Yeah, sure. Why is treating our internal body just as important as treating our skin surface?
Well, that's actually very important because the skin is a mirror of what's happening inside. You can't have glowing skin if your internal environment is inflamed, stressed, or nutrient depleted. Here at Aesthetique, every treatment includes a personal internal alignment. And Nutraceuticals, hydration, detox pathways, cellular repair nutrients, it's all connected. The body, biology, and the beauty that you see on the surface. You can't have one without any of the three.
Okay. Maria, can you elaborate on that?
Absolutely. That's just music to my ears because for 30 years, which I hate dating myself, but 30 years I've been working on teaching people how inner outer beauty is the way to go because it all starts from within, from the stresses that we have, from the foods that we eat, from the way we take care of our body. The outside is what is the result of that. So by implementing wellness, whether it is just guiding people to eat right, changing their habits, supplementation, which is so critical, I believe, in every life, even from infants sometimes. Just taking that missing link and just including it will give that results where the outside is going to show. So it's very, very important, I believe, especially in the aesthetics world.
Mm-hmm. Right. So tell me how you two work together. So, Ranita, you have the med spa, and Maria, you have the business of you do consulting for spas. You also have like shopping that you can help spas partake in to really nourish the inner part of the body. Tell me a little bit how you guys work together.
Well,
Yeah.
Maria's actually the wellness director at Aesthetique Med Spa.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Awesome. I love
So
that.
again, where you have a professional that is trained in whether it's machines or skincare, whatever their routine is, there's no time to really expand. So I believe that leverage is a key, including other people and expertise. And we work so well together because we understand the whole concept. So by integrating my skills as far as educating the clients about what they're doing with their body and how they can achieve the goals that Ranita puts in place for them. It's just a partnership. The wellness part of things, my goal is to teach the spas how to leverage what they're already doing. And with the tools that I can teach, whether it's a wellness survey or a weight management survey or a detailed look into what the client's body, what their body type is, what they're looking to achieve. By implementing these tools, we'll get them closer to the end results. So I feel that every spa is different. Every spa has a different goal. Every spa has a different dynamic. Some have one man show. Others have a full blown staff. Everything is customized according to the goals of that particular spa.
Okay. All right. You have anything else to share, Renita, about that? About working together? How do you,
On it,
as a business owner, how do you how did you bring Maria in? How did that all start?
So when I met Maria, it was honestly like love at first sight. I just She was exactly that extra piece that I was looking for to merge the full wellness sector into Aesthetique. And meeting her kind of bridged that gap for me because she had the same vision I did. And she made it make sense. And I made it make sense in what we were strong in. And we just decided to, instead of learn from each other, just merge our strengths and really become this powerhouse in aesthetics and wellness because we have the same level of knowledge and want to go in the same direction. And we honestly understand how the pathways work together. And it was just a beautiful marriage, honestly.
It was.
I fell in love with her as a person and her brain and just the way she is. It's the perfect match.
You
All
know,
right.
it's important to me to really understand the goal of the person, the director of the spa, the owner, whatever the dynamics of the spa.
Mhm.
And it just we clicked because we do have the same vision, but also where Renita is very coachable and understands that there's many different things out there and willing to learn. And a lot of spa owners, are so stuck in their job, which is what the end result is of what their passion is. I think that with the more we open the mind of the spa owner to understand that there's so many aspects that we can include. And I believe that Renita, of course we fell in love and we were ready to go, but the products that we include to the programs is key because if the products are not really, at par to the relationship, it's never going to work. So I believe vitamin D kind of changed everything for you.
Sure did. It sure did. Honestly, we call it intuition, but that was the first isotonic I tried. Margaret brought it straight to me. And when I met her, I was about a year postpartum, and that was what I was deficient in. I was like, perfect. I'll take some. And I fell in love with it. I started taking it. And about a week in, I'm like, what's happening here? Because I've taken different supplements before, and I've never had that in quick onset, I would say. And I ran out. I ran out of it. And I felt a huge difference after a couple of days without it, after only being on it for 1 week. And
Mhm.
that's what I made me stop and say, let me try more. Let me understand this more because I'm the skeptic and supplements I've always been into. And I've always tried to find something that's sustainable and effective. And effective is exactly what I landed on. And it's all because of Maria. Thank you for that, making that introduction. It really, truly changed my life.
I'm
Aw.
so happy to hear that. And I hear that all the time. And then again, it goes back to being open minded because we're so inundated with so many products and so many things out there that I'm not saying that they don't work, they do, but, the power of the isotonics was really, the nail that really put it all together because I was confident. And, some people start with different products, but I know vitamin D, we are all so deficient that, I knew you were going to feel it, especially when you run out. That's when you
Yeah.
really what's going
Oh,
on.
yeah.
I'm feeling that now. That's for sure. I'm like rationing right now on my stuff. So, I'm going to be coming back to the States to refuel and refill. I think that, you know, 30 years tells a lot about it. I mean, the products changed my life. And I'm just grateful that we have such an incredible program that we can include into the spas, salons, and doctors' offices, not only for the power of the product and how it changes people, but also financially, because that also changes everything for the spa and adds another source of income.
Yeah. So, what role do nutrimetrics play in your clinical protocols, Renita? How do you incorporate that in with your clients and the procedures that you offer your clients?
So they're actually the backbone to every transformation that we create. They fuel the same biological processes that we stimulate topically. So, for example, NAD, it supports cellular energy. OPC strengthens the microcirculation, and B complex optimizes metabolism and repair. So I have bundles that go along with each kind of major treatment, whether it's age management, hyperpigmentation, or something like after permanent makeup where you need to heal quicker. We've created these complex bundles that fuel the body in the same ways and give it the same nutrients that it needs to heal quicker and regenerate faster. It's bundled with every single treatment plan I have. I don't really do one and done treatments. We're more treatment plans. So it's kind of a non negotiable.
I see. So, once, say, a new client comes in, you do a complete consultation. You recommend, say, A and B treatments so many times a year, and then they need to be put on these supplements to enhance those treatments throughout the year. Is that kind of how you do your
That is correct.
consultation? Yeah, yeah. Okay. How do your clients receive that? They come in thinking, I just want one procedure and that's it. but then you say, well, it's more about that. It's not just about one procedure. It's not a one and done. How do you deal with clients that don't understand that?
I think it's my approach, how I come off it from the start. I don't come off as a one treatment kind of person. I explain to them. I don't talk about treatments from the start. I go more into the biological aspect of what is happening below the surface of the skin, where you're at for your age range, where your levels are at, and how we're going to reverse biologically. It doesn't sound like it's going to be quick. And I make sure that it's not in their heads that they think it's going to be a quick treatment. We don't
Mhm.
age quickly, and it's the same aspect. I lay it out logically where they understand that. Now, the nutraceuticals has been the newest integration, so obviously that's the one that I have to work on because I have to speak with people more and educate them more. That's where Maria comes in. But honestly, the easiest way with them is trying like a week's worth of daily essentials. That
Mhm.
is essentially how I've given it to my family members to try and seeing their reactions. And after that 1 week, I always get asked about more.
Yeah.
And that's
Right.
where I just get people to start trusting in nutraceuticals. And by that time, we've maybe done one treatment and then I integrate.
I see. Okay. Yeah. One week you can feel a difference. It's so amazing with the
It's
isotonic.
unheard of. It's
It
unheard of.
really is. There's nothing else on the market like it. It's amazing. I truly believe in it. So you often say confidence is the real anti-aging serum. What does that mean to you?
I love this question because
Okay.
confidence changes biology. You
Mm.
know, when you feel confident, your posture changes, your breathing changes, hormonal balance, they all shift. Cortisol lowers, oxygenation improves, and honestly, it shows on your face. Yeah, I've seen it over and over and over again. A confident woman just glows differently. And that's what I truly mean by that. Every treatment I offer is meant to help people reconnect with themselves, their own bodies, and to see themselves in the way that they're actually, they felt that they needed to before they came to see me. I'm not here to make promises for people. I'm here to show them what we can actually do. And that's where it is because I'm confident in what I can do. And I exude that in my clients as well. There is no choice but to have that because that's exactly what you're looking for. A one off is one thing, but to actually see your results that you're creating them over time, that's endless.
What about you, Maria? What do you think as far as confidence, how that has helped you in your career?
It plays a huge role. And I agree with you, Renita, because you see it when you're happy, when you're healthy, it just shows. It just shows everywhere from, your skin, your hair, your nails, your everything. So I believe that education, I think educating people on what they might be missing. And I love the approach that Renita says, like, it's not going to be a short process because, it took this long to get to where we're at.
Right.
And there's a lot of new treatments that come out because science is amazing. And every year there's at least a dozen new machines and treatments and supplements and everything. So it is an ongoing process. But first, we have to take it back to where we want it, where we missed. And I know that anybody listening, you see these pictures and you're like, oh, I thought I was fat in that picture. I thought I was getting old in that picture, and as the days go by, those pictures just keep aging. But if we do something about it and educate each person on why it's happening, what we can do to stop it, and then start to reverse it, that glow will automatically start to happen. One treatment after the next treatment, after the next treatment, or after the next supplement, or after the next, week or two or three that we're taking on a different twist on renewing our appearance and our skin and our everything. And everyone, when they look in the mirror and they say, I look great today. We're going to have a better day than, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Looking like this. So it's very important, I believe, for everyone to
Mhm.
feel good about how they look.
Yeah. I have some clients come into the spa and they come in the room, I close the door and they break into tears. And their confidence, for some reason, something happened. I see it a lot with weight gain, and they just
Hmm.
don't know what to do with themselves. And they're just at wits' end, and they just want to be heard and they want to be helped. And yeah, I think, just the confidence that we can give to our clients and show them the hope and show them that there's ways of feeling better, looking better. It's not impossible. I think that hope really does set well with seeing the glow in our clients when they come back. So
Yes.
I
I'm
totally
sure.
agree with that. And that kind of leads me to the next question. So, how do you help patients break free from the perfection trap? and step into self radiance instead?
So honestly, the easiest way is to just redirect the goal. Like go away from perfection. Perfection is not the goal we're going towards. When you actually switch the mindset, when you look at radiance as function, not perfection, that's the easiest way, because that's the way that I attempt to address it when I treat it. So it's the easiest way to look at it. It's not about perfection. We're looking to have movement. Our skin shows our life, shows emotion, shows our energy. I mean, it's part of it. We're not here to create this walking filter. We're here to make sure that your skin reflects how you feel, and it's just redirecting the goal from this perfection that I feel like has been established. But it's about vitality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, you're in Naples, and the population there has in the past been older,
Yes.
like the snowbirds. But now there's a lot of younger adults that are moving to the area and raising children. Are you seeing a shift in that perfection trap, or are you still having to educate like you did, say, a couple years ago?
I'd say that people are different types of people are coming in and shifting themselves naturally from that perfection trap, not even understanding that they're doing it. But when they come to me, that's when the real work starts. That's when we start shifting. It's not just about saying it's okay that it's like that. It's about understanding that it's okay why it's like that, because you were like that at that moment. It's a lot about forgiving yourself and not feeling any shame, because you're here for a reason. Let's get this going. Let's do this. You're finally ready, and I'm here to support that.
Mm-hmm. Great, great. So I'm very interested in one of the treatments you do in the spa.
Yes.
It is the plasma jet. We talked about it a little bit earlier. Could you please tell the listeners what this modality is, how you incorporate it in your treatment plan, and what kind of nutraceuticals that you recommend when you do the treatments?
Yes, absolutely. So jet plasma is actually a key innovation in the industry and in my practice as well. Jet plasma works on cold atmospheric plasma, so it is virtually painless. There's no downtime, there's no needles, but the depth of what that jet plasma can penetrate can go all the way to your fat layers in your skin. So that means it penetrates your dermis completely, complete fibroblast activation, which stimulates collagen and elastin. Right? There's skin density approval. It produces ozone. So it's antibacterial. It kills acne as well, bacteria, and it creates and sets the stage for the rest of the compound treatments that I do. But Jet has this beautiful aspect to it where it's essential for cellular activation and regeneration, because it gets to go through the complete dermis. Once it stimulates your collagen, it doesn't just awaken it. It actually opens fibroblasts that could have been asleep for long periods of time. Those fibroblasts have been asleep, and we're not planning on reawakening because we start producing less collagen as we age, or just naturally, as our body produces everything slower as we age. So plasma's goal is to open up those fibroblasts, because just like going to the gym and telling our muscles, and does the same to collagen and fibroblasts. And it reactivates them for good. The more activation we get, the more that our cells can actually produce collagen naturally on their own at a younger rate, which in turn produces biologically younger cells.
All right. That's you explain that awesome. I just want you to
Yes.
know, just explain that awesome.
Thank you.
Love that. Love it. So tell me about what kind of nutraceuticals, nutrametrics products you would incorporate, and what does the jet do? Like if it's stimulating collagen, what are we going to see on the outside?
So on the outside, you are going to see difference in texture, but the biggest difference you're going to see is skin tightening. Jet has a phenomenal way of just tightening the skin. Each treatment, it's about 14% skin density improvement, just standalone per treatment. So I compound them on each other. And within a couple of months, we have extreme skin tightening on different parts of the body, not just on the face and neck. But the nutraceuticals are the key roles and the key factors that actually create these results and keep them for the long run, which is OPC3, we have NAD+, we have resveratrol, and magnesium. Those four are the core. There's others to add on, but those are the four core for my anti-aging protocols. OPC is just hands down, like Maria taught me, anybody who has skin needs OPC. It's the gold standard in that. It starts refueling the cells instantly. That's scavenging antioxidant. It's such a beautiful thing. Then we have resveratrol, which is its perfect twin sister that comes in and helps remove all those unhealthy cells. Then we have NAD, which is in our longevity stack, which is essential in order to keep our cells younger. And then we have magnesium, which essentially is so unoverlooked, because it is so important for nutrient absorption, for all of these things to deliver quicker, especially if we're dealing with older clientele. But as well, she keeps the chaos down, you know? We
Mhm.
keep everything relaxed, and that's exactly what is crucial when we're doing
Right.
any kind of age management treatments. Cortisol, stress, it's gonna affect you and it's gonna age you quicker.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think there's a huge deficit in our community with magnesium, especially
Yeah.
in the United States. Our food is just so depleted with nutrients, and magnesium is one of those things that I really do recommend for my clients. So I'm glad you said that. Yeah. And
Yes.
of course, the OPC. Everybody
Yes.
Yes.
needs the OPC for sure, for sure.
And I
And we know Maria's story with OPC, it saved her life. We did a podcast earlier and she talked about her Lyme's disease and how OPC really did save her life. So if the listeners don't know that, they can go back to an earlier episode and listen to that. It's quite amazing. So, okay, I have another one. If you could leave our listeners with one truth about aging gracefully, what would it be?
That's awesome. Aging is not decline. Honestly, it's design. It's gonna happen. This is part of our biology. This is part of what our bodies do. But once you understand in your biology, you have influence over. Aging is not something to run from or to hide from. It's inevitable. Understanding it just lets you take control of it.
Great. You, Maria?
the best thing to leave with our listeners,
Yeah. Well, one truth about aging gracefully. What's your
it's never too late. It's never too
okay?
late.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm big on the supplementation. I think that, if anything, start there. And that's where this whole thing will begin. And you'll see for yourself what can happen just by changing something.
Okay, good. What is your sweetest tip of the day, Renata?
Oh,
What would you
that would
say
be
it is?
never skip your recovery, whether it's your skin, your sleep, your
Okay.
emotional space. Recovery is key to any kind of treatment. You will see a big difference on people who don't restore. And recovery is key. It's maintain youth is not maintained through doing more, but it's through recovering better.
Okay. And you, Maria?
Be kind to yourself. Be kind. Like you said, Ranita, we're going to age. Everyone has that in common. So we
Yes.
might as well work together to help, slow it down
Mm-hmm.
and age
Right.
gracefully.
Age gracefully. I agree. I agree. So, how can the listeners get in touch with both of you? And if they're interested in these products that we've talked about to help their inner self, can they reach out to you and you can lead them in the right direction?
Absolutely.
Okay.
They can get in touch with me at aesthetique.med spa on Instagram or aesthetique.skin. That's AESTHETIQUE. It's such a long name. I'm sorry, guys, but we'll link it. And of course, our doors are always open in Naples. You can come in, schedule a consult with me. It's the easiest way to get started.
Okay. Great. Maria?
Yeah, the same with me. You can reach me at my stand store, and you can also reach both of you on there too. So we can link
That's right.
that. And all my wonderful partners are with me. The support is so awesome. I love you, ladies. Thank you so much.
We love you too. Thank
Yes,
you
babe.
for coming on. I love hearing all about how you incorporate both into your wellness. There's a lot of spas that don't do that. They do one or they do the other, but to combine it is really the true gift I think that we give our clients. Thank you for joining us on the Glow Up and Get Real podcast. Here's to fearless beauty and real talk. Until next time.